And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Not a hard stop. You should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Market Reflection, Wednesday, January the 25th. It's over. Take a deep breath. Got things a little goofy here, I think. It's good to see everybody. Let me see what I got going on here. I had a little study getting started on this today. All right. Day. Not exciting opportunity there, so we didn't do anything. Hopefully you found something useful for you on this session today. I know you're going to find something useful tomorrow. So the equities basically closed unchanged. The S&P is basically flat, 0%. NASDAQ down 34 points, 0.28%. Dow down about 5, basically 0%. Crude oil closed up 2 cents today. That's, I think, a couple of days in a row where we've had single tick changes. The EIA was smaller than expected today. They were looking for 0.97 million barrel increase. The increase was only 0.53%. 0.53 million barrels, I should say. Really, the only news out there today was mostly European and Canadian talking Feds, if you will. The Bank of Canada did raise rates by 25 basis points to 4.5%. Officials said likely they're going to hold that level while they assess the impact of the cumulative hikes that they've had so far. It's far too early to discuss cuts. The ECB, one of their officials, said they would not be surprised to see if we continued rate hikes after Q1. So a little bit hawkish from the ECB there today. So we know that we are going to have to rest up tonight because tomorrow looks like it's going to be a busy day, especially when it comes to economic releases, durable goods, GDP, international trade in goods, jobless claims. 30 tomorrow. It should be worth watching, if only for the fireworks. We're going to have to see if we have opportunity as the day goes on. I know I'm not going to be going into any position out after the open. We make one of the fun ones, so make sure you bring your ideas. We just, I think, had some earnings come out here. We are looking for Tesla and IBM. I do not see them just yet. We have CSX already out, beating on earnings per share, but missing on revenues. Still waiting for Tesla to come out. No, not out yet, at least as far as I'm seeing. So we'll keep an eye on those during the reflection here today. It's a long day, tough morning in trading, I thought, but once the market turned, pretty much in the wind to get us back close to settlement by the end of the day, and it's exactly really what happened. We're going to take a look through these charts here while we have a few moments together and see if there's anything interesting that happened today that might show us what could start tomorrow. This is the crude oil. We know that the energy secretary says the White House is thinking about moving their bids up to $80 so that they can replenish the strategic petroleum reserve. We're largely in balance. That balance does remain after today. We're going to comment on in Make Hogue Money to discuss the negative delta throughout the day today. And I do find that very interesting, right? We didn't really move very far. We actually pushed higher as the day goes on, while delta became increasingly negative throughout the day. We've got a pretty negative moving lower. I think that may be an indication, Greg, if you're watching on the recap here, the longer time frame buyers were present in this market today. It wasn't very directional. The market was facing some aggressive selling, but not going in that direction, not succumbing to that direction. So if we added a bunch of open interest today, I think that's going to be an accumulation of longs and longer time frame. What strategic longer time frame? Hey, Greg. Bull name. So yeah, the good vision there in Delta all day here in crude oil. That is a look at the open interest tomorrow morning. If there was a accumulation, you can kind of count on the idea that longer fight them. If they continue to push price higher against Delta, you're going to get your time frame, the short time frame, short, and there may be a nice pop towards the end. We know that the government has kind of put in the floor now at 80. If they're actually doing it, maybe that was part of what was happening here today. E-mini S&Ps, well, buyers pulled us off the cliff here, didn't they? Talking to 39.90 being a kind of a pivotal level for me. A tough morning. Turned around, left excess at the bottom of the profile today and started rotating higher. I said, all right, well, we're going to start looking for longs back above that 40 level. And it did end up paying pretty well of the day. One of the things that we were looking at in Make Hogue Money was the fact that we had some pretty serious overnight inventory to the short side. We got too short to continue to go lower. We did not bring in new business, which I was looking for a target down to this high volume node down here to kind of finish the we trade to. We didn't get to this high volume node here. Stop short of that is equally as important as what does. We've got some pretty good excess on the low. Spike. But nice turnaround today. Nice turnaround. So we've got last week's high right in the way here. Last week's high right. Closed above Monday. Couldn't hold it on Tuesday. Back to it on Wednesday. What are those economic numbers going to do to us tomorrow? Here's the NASDAQ. Okay, yesterday a good test of weekly kickoff high. Pullback, not really kind of finishing the downside move that I was looking for. Here's the TPO chart. This point of control down here was what I was looking for the market to kind of give us an opportunity to look at. Again, stopping short of that excess continuation. We end up basically putting together a trend day to the upside. Where do we trade to? Monday, yesterday's point of control, almost. Same thing in the S&Ps. These naked points of control, especially the prominent ones. Look at how thick this profile is. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All 13 30-minute periods traded to this level. That is a prominent point of control and a magnet for price when it starts coming back towards it. Gold. Finally, we get some continuation above last week's high. What happened to the dollar today? Yeah, dollar closing lower. Gold higher. What's going on here? All right, there we go. Man, oh man, I miss so much. I've been busy lately. I miss so much. Here's the 12 o'clock close. Late spike. This above last week's high. Above the... No, we still have overnight high above the session. I'm going to go on a limb and say that's going to change tomorrow, and unless, of course, something wacky happens. Here's our late spike. The base of the late spike is 1941.50. We're holding above it now. If we hold above it again tomorrow, that's going to be an interesting trading day. A week high yesterday. Remember, we talked about this when we were opening and looking lower. We had a week high. We got back to check that today. Today, in my best Chicagoese. Daily, test of weekly kickoff high again. No breakout here just yet. Here's 30. All right. No late spike. Still trying to work out that weekly kickoff high. Here's the profile. It's going to be somewhat of a weak high, I think. Nope. We have excess at the high. Isn't this what this looked like this morning? Our little tennis player right in the middle of the court. Range bound, short time frame controlled nightmare. Probably not much to do in the treasuries until next week. What our nat gas do? We got a continuation breakout down below weekly kickoff low. Take a look at the 30. Holding last week's low as resistance and then finally capitulating to the downside. Ooh, we got a gap. Another gap perhaps tomorrow to the downside? I don't know. Take a look at the TPO chart. Prominent point of control, even bell curve, change coming. See if we continue this move to the downside. If we gap higher, we could potentially leave an island low. This market, the natural gas, has a tendency to do just that. So, yeah, get some rest. I'm kind of tired today for some reason. I was a little under the weather the end of last week. Didn't do much trading. I didn't trade on Friday. I wasn't feeling well. So maybe just a little bit of continuing to recover from that. So again, tomorrow, let's see what we've got as far as earnings. We have Tesla missing on revenue. IBM beating on both. CSX missing on revenue. So earnings per share was good on all of our bigger earnings this afternoon, but pretty good miss by Tesla as far as revenue is concerned. We'll see how the market takes that information. Take that, the market said. As far as history is concerned, on this date in 1905, the world's largest diamond was found, weighing 1.33 pounds. Some skullduggery in and around that. First Winter Olympics started today in 1924 in the French Alps. In 1776, the first memorial is ordered by Congress. It was in honor of Brigadier General Richard Montgomery, who had been killed during an assault on Quebec. As far as music is concerned, I had a couple of things queued up here. 1975 today, the Carpenters were number one on the U.S. singles chart with their version of Please Mr. Postman. Led Zeppelin in 1974 played today at Market Square Arena in Indianapolis. Tickets were $8.50. Take that, Taylor Swift. Oh, goodness. Birthdays. Etta James' birthday is today. Etta James, jazz singer Etta James. Don't really see too many more that I recognize. Alicia Keys, today's her birthday. She was born in 1981. It's the year before I graduated from high school. Jeez. Good afternoon, Stocks COVID-19. Jeez. There's a name for you. So, all right, well, we're going to call this a reflection. Looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow on the market prep, make whole money, and day 2 of the webinar, focusing more on the auction process and organizing the information. Prep is everything. We're going to talk a lot about organizing all that information and how to use it. So I will look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Get some rest. I know I'm going to. A little bit tired now, but I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and I'll be nice and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I think I got to do a little bit of shoveling. It's about 33 degrees and still snowing. It's a very wet, heavy snow. Very wet, heavy snow. So, get some rest. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Say a prayer for world peace, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night now.